Welcome, welcome back, everyone, to the Lost Steps of Phandelver.
Back again.
Yeah, I hope everyone had a good week, good couple of weeks.
Trying to.
No.
No, no.
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 Oh man. Well, it's getting warmer out, and it's a good time of year. So
Summertime.
So hopefully this week will be better.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So, our party finds themselves deep under the ground after passing over a chasm through a bug hallway. They find themselves in a kind of a long, narrow cave network here. It seems to be riddled with chambers full of threats. D1 at one moment sends Rummy through an underwater chamber and finds that they seem to be connected in certain ways. The water kind of flows through one chamber into the next, and kind of a maze, if you will, underneath the cave system here. As you can smell the dampness in the air as you walk around the cave here, and the scent, the horrible scent of what you can only describe as decay, that seems to be wafting out of somewhere in the cave. As D1 makes his way through the underground water network, he finds a chamber with a skeleton inside, along with a bag and various things, including a journal that the lost adventurer, had taken notes about some of the fears that may be ahead. And as Rummy kind of makes his way back, shares the information with the group, the party continues forward around the network of caves until they make their way to a bend. It seems quite familiar to all of them. And that's where they decide to just begin to devise a plan as to what they're going to do next. And that is where we're going to begin the session. So, everyone, you are in... Here, let me give you...
We're somewhere.
You are. Here we go.
Are we being?
All right. So, as you all kind of look at each other here in the moment, understanding the depth of the situation here, the basilisks that lay in front of you, before you, as described by D1, the pair of them, one a little bigger than the other. D1, I'll go ahead and give you the floor here to kind of relay any additional information that you remember from last time, or anybody at all.
Well, I remember they had a couple of other people or orcs or elves or whatever they were around them, and they were both on chains.
Yeah, and like the journal note said that they seemed old and slow, but they still beat his ass, so. And I think he was using like a mirror shield or something to try and reflect their gaze, and it didn't work. And he got his ass beat.
Yes. So I'm gonna suggest that we check our bags and our bag of holding.
Yeah. We gotta have something.
I think the only thing
Mirror?
that we have for petrification is those
That's right.
medicated wraps.
Yeah, the ancient resting shrouds.
Yeah, and they work over a long rest, so...
Yeah, recover one of the... Yeah. Yeah, so that's definitely a useful thing, just in case.
I mean, we could just stay out of their range and pelt them from afar. It would take a while, but barring the chains breaking, I think that might be the safest course of action.
It could be, but I think to get through the tunnel behind them, their chains looked like they were coiled up, but they looked long enough to cover the entire area around the opening of the walkway or cave behind them.
And what's the mechanic behind their petrification? Like, we have to lock eyes, or they just have to look at us, basically?
We just have to be 30 feet from them.
And then we get fucked.
We have to make a con save.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oof.
Which none of us are very healthy.
And I don't know anything about these, but I'm assuming all of their senses are pretty darn good.
That I
Like
don't
even
know.
sense of smell, things like that.
Well, the only indication is that they were old and seemed slow and maybe like a little bit hard of seeing, but in the cave journal. But I don't know how
nothing
much that
else?
means for a
Okay.
giant monster. I feel like he
Okay.
probably still is pretty strong.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, well, if I can sneak, if I go stealth mode and I can sneak up and do damage, or have a mirror hidden somewhere on my person and I reflect their sight. But even if I'm invisible to them, if I'm within 30 feet of them, I still would get got. I'm assuming.
If they smell us, you're saying.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know how.
Well, I'm pretty sure they have to see you, so the invisibility might be okay, but you can't really do anything else once you're
You can't
invisible.
one-shot them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Unless
those
I
are our
blind them in
option.
some way. If I had some kind of way, some kind of arrow, like some kind of blinding thing, blinding arrow,
That's a
blinding
good question.
something.
Me and Aliva
They can't see.
have some blinding abilities. I have my armor, which will light up and blind, and I believe Aliva has something that does something similar.
My locket is kind of blinding.
Okay.
Not for very long, though.
Yeah, same. It's just one round.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
Yeah. Our choices are to try to go invisible and see if we can sneak by everybody, or to ambush attack them and see if we can get them down.
I think
fast.
the ambush attack is just so risky without any kind of way of
Yeah,
killing
I feel like
ourselves.
that's just suicide.
Maybe.
I mean, if we
Honestly,
had a
I'm-
surefire answer, but
I'm still not convinced that we need to go past them at all.
sure. Maybe, well, yeah, maybe we need to do a little bit more exploration to make sure we're not missing anything else.
Yeah, speaking of, do we want to send Rummy or Bitters past
Let's send our,
them to see
oh.
what is beyond them?
Can they go past them?
Yeah,
pretty
we
sure
could
they
also
can
search
find them.
around. Actually, I'll be right back in 1 second, guys.
Yeah.
While you guys decide.
I guess we could go either way. I don't know if petrification from basilisk would work on Bitters or not, because Bitters is a real animal, unlike Rummy, who's kind of a robot.
So let's see here. Who would be the most?
Because my thought is, we could send Rummy past because Rummy's not a humanoid necessarily, so he won't get petrified.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to matter.
But if Bitters isn't going to get petrified either, then
Is Bitters of flesh and blood familiar?
yeah, let me look to double check. I thought yes.
I thought so too. Rummy is more of a construct, right? Like he
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
have- he
That's the
doesn't
word I
have,
was trying to
like,
think of.
Yeah, like I don't think he has like a circulatory system or a.
Well, mine says so. I forget how to link thing. Oh, there we go. It's so long. But it's you gain the service of a familiar, a spirit that takes an animal form.
Oh,
A spirit.
Yeah. It takes the
So it is
animal
a
form, but it is
celestial, fey, or fiend
so it's a spirit.
instead of a beast.
Oh, is that what it's labeled? It's a
Well,
celestial?
Or sorry, I can't read.
Because the the question here is, does it
It's
have?
my choice, is what it says.
Is it material?
Celestial, fey,
Oh.
or fiend. Parentheses, your choice.
Oh,
Which I'm instead of
okay.
a beast. So
Yeah. So what do you
I don't think I
choose?
ever. I don't think I ever specified.
Yeah, you didn't, but that's great.
I'm gonna have to Google what the difference is.
Yeah,
Look at
I
that
don't.
real fast.
Honestly, this is a great we need Sato moment. But
That's
personally,
okay. I can read sometimes.
there's probably advantages to each, but this
Okay,
is
so
a this
celestials are divine
is 100%
entities.
important. Yeah.
Fae are fairy creatures. Fiends are demon devils similar. I was inclined to say fae because it makes more sense in now. And yeah, it doesn't really make a big difference from my understanding.
And you know what? I bet you can choose each time that you bring
Sure.
them out.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
Yeah, it's really up to you guys. The three,
Oh, the Vlorchu.
yeah, they're
are they
kind of
doing?
standing there. They're
Sacrifices.
so a couple of them are kind of leaned up against the wall here. You can see them kind of just relaxing for the most part here, while Blue seems to be consoling Grumback back here, who apparently has a pounding headache. He has his hand on his face. He's kind of
Poor guy.
bent
I wonder
over
what
a bit.
happened. So weird. What a baby. Now, I think Sato had cast, or D1 had cast languages, so at least he could speak with the Vlorchu.
That's right. Yep, that's right.
So I guess we could always ask the little idiots. They don't know nothing about nothing, but D1 could always ask them if they know where the hell we're at. Maybe they can have some kind of senses, but or we can sacrifice them
Certainly
to
try.
Basilisk. Just kidding.
Oh man.
What is the size of the Vlorchu? Like, how are they? Like 2 feet tall, 3 feet tall?
They're between 4 feet and
Bigger than
5
me?
feet. Yeah,
Oh my
they're
golly.
really little. Yeah.
I'm picturing them smaller than me. Okay. I was like, one of them can ride on Rummy. And ride past Basilisk. But no, they can't. Okay. Yeah, I would say one, we should make sure we explore all of the surrounding area while not dying.
Yeah, I think it's probably I have a feeling.
I feel like we're missing something.
Ronan might be right as far as like maybe this isn't the way to go and this is the distract, like a red herring.
Yeah, I don't think this is the correct way to go to the bog monster.
We're looking for the bog monster.
Because we haven't seen any of those corpse-looking effigies in a while.
What are you talking about?
They're like charred black corpses, kind of look like scarecrows.
Yes.
Yeah, and the Vlorchu had said that those were like warnings.
Well, I wasn't here for. I believe you, though.
Yeah, and as you stand here, you kind of like smell the air. You take in the atmosphere here, the little bit of of mist that kind of seems to be beaming, or rather just kind of lofting off of the surface of the water here. As you kind of look around here, you notice a couple of things. Aliva, as you kind of look around here, you do notice there is a little opening down here in the water. It's not very deep, but there is like a little bit of seems like a cave down there.
So like wide enough to someone explore?
Yeah, for sure. As a matter of fact, it's just beyond. If you can see there, I'll move them back a little for you. You can see the water kind of moves there, and then and you can hear the water kind of. There's a little bit of a drop off, and the water splashes down a bit.
Yeah, well, I look down at my own armor and say to the others, anybody feel like swimming? Get one of the constructs.
You can see like the water here is running to an area over here that seems to be kind of going in its own direction here, kind of away from the path, the rocky path in front of you as well. You can see the couple of observations here as you look around.
Yeah, I mean, I'd mention something to the people, but especially in my armor, I would just sink. So I'm not making any, I'm not volunteering to do it myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions at all, or is there anything you want to try, or anything at all?
I'm back, guys. Sorry about that.
Hey, welcome back.
And we haven't gone around.
Thank you.
But we haven't gone around the bin yet, or no?
Have you guys?
We've
have
definitely
you guys
gone
come to
somewhere. We want to have Valorchu sacrifice themselves now. Valorchu are going to ride Rummy and Bitters and battle. I think we need to explore some more. But I personally can't remember where we've gone and haven't gone yet.
Yeah, we came from up, right? So we need to go to the east still.
We could use the Valorchu to stand right in front of their faces the whole time.
Yeah, they could just jump on them, be statues on their faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw them at their eyes to claw them out.
Because we're kind of wondering if the basilisks are just kind of a distraction technique, not really where we're supposed to go.
Oh, that could be. Yeah, if we want to look around, that's a plan.
Yeah, make sure we're not missing anywhere else. And if we have to come back here as our last route, then we can.
Yeah.
But with what we have right now, I think we're a little outmatched.
That's my vote.
Yeah, we are definitely not prepared for.
You are
Scrap
not
of the basilisk.
prepared. I feel like we looped back around from the east and we came up back this way, but I don't remember.
So I don't know. I don't think you guys have seen. You guys didn't see what Rummy saw. So actually, if you guys want to continue exploring east here, you can. You're free to.
Rummy came from there.
Yeah, he did. He came from that direction, but there could be multiple.
Sure.
ways. Hard to know.
He just,
yeah.
Yeah,
it is a
so
scary thing. They're pretty. I mean, they're around here, and Brandy, you can smell in the air. You can smell like this kind of.
Dank.
Yeah, it's a smell that you really haven't smelled before. Ronan, you have. As we talked about.
Like basilisk shit.
Exactly. You can smell it, and that also means in your brain, it tells you there's air circulation in here.
Oh, there's a light breeze.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As well as you look down at the water and the surface here, it doesn't seem that deep.
Oh shit ass. I just assumed it was like deep. Okay. And there's that
Wait, so there's a cave though?
There is. Yeah. There is. Just behind you, Aliva there, at your kind of
yeah, like right here.
Oh yeah, D1, Aliva does see like a little cave, what looks like a cave system in the water, and points it out to everybody.
Yeah, you can hear the water kind of run off and hit. There's a moment, and then the water kind of, you can hear it splash as it hits another surface or water below.
Yeah, we could always send our 2 scouts ahead.
Yeah, we could.
Rummy,
we could
the
send
Rummy and Bitters
scouts.
team.
And Rummy has been
We
here
could.
before. So,
I'm sure.
I'll let
Yeah,
you-
let's send them to scout a little bit just to see if it's worth going down there. Basically, we're just looking for any clues that
Yeah.
looks like we're on the path to find this horror that we need to capture. Or
Yeah, we're looking
destroy.
for the bog mouse, though.
That's
Bog
right.
horror. Okay, yeah. I think I would
All right.
send Bitters down to see what's brewing.
yeah, so Bitters, as soon as you kind of get a little bit down into, you kind of just break the, the darkness here, just kind of, if I could talk, that'd be amazing. You kind of just dip underneath the rock here. The darkness kind of falls upon you, and you hear the way, like the water breaking below you. Do you want to continue?
Yeah, I think so.
I can fly, it's
Right.
okay.
Okay. There's a bit of dry ground below you. You can see the water. The water itself is kind of moving in a very tiny little stream below a crack in the rock. It's moving steadily and pretty quick. But as you continue and you look forward ahead, you see that there's another entrance. As you kind of pop ahead, let me. All right, do this. That and like this. As you go below the surface of the water. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, before we do anything, Bitters has dark vision, correct? We didn't establish. Wasn't sure if we established that.
Yeah, owl.
Inclined to say
because
yeah.
it's an owl, yes.
It
It's one of the
60
reasons why we
feet,
wanted
right?
it now, yeah.
Okay, that's right. Here, let me fix this quick.
Because I can't see shit in the dark, so.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Can Bat and Ronan and Aliva, can you see this as well?
I don't.
You don't. Okay. Give me
Nope.
one moment here, guys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
give-
both,
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give everyone control of these tokens, but only the people who own them use them, right?
Yeah, sounds good.
Just for now, just so everybody can see.
yeah, her owl has 120
There we go.
feet of dark vision.
There you go. Can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. I don't want you guys to sit in the dark. All right. You drop below the little cave that the water's falling down in, and you get down below the surface, and this is where you arrive. Bitters, you are just above the surface of the water here, while Rummy is kind of in the water itself. The water is not that deep here where you currently are, but as you kind of continue down, you see that the gradient is it degrades. It's a slope.
It's a little bit deeper.
Yeah,
Is there any like dry land, or is it just all water as it goes down?
it seems to be all water down
My
here.
arch nemesis. Okay.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, as soon as you get to about here, is where you have to dip into the water almost completely because of the ceiling.
The
Okay.
bird. All right.
Yeah. So I don't know if Bitters can swim, but
A little bit.
might be. Okay.
I think owls can swim a little bit.
Yeah.
Not for long. They're good flyers, but I don't think they're good swimmers.
Yeah, whatever an owl can do. I'm sure if you threw an owl in water, it would survive.
It would like splash around for a while. And
Looked pretty dorky, but I'm sure it could do it.
Yeah.
It would be pissed.
Rummy doesn't breathe, right? He's a constraint.
No, yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if her familiar would breathe either, to be honest.
I don't know either. Yeah, these are things that I just need to learn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think as a minor technicality, they do, just because they're using the stat block for whatever creature you turn them into.
Okay.
Otherwise, like any familiar shape would have dark vision, because one
Sure.
of them does.
It is, but it's a
Yeah, it's a spirit, not a...
It's a spirit farm or whatever. Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Questions for future team.
Yeah. Let me just look at the spell.
Yeah, please go ahead and take your time. Do whatever you'd like to do. You feel free. I mean,
There you go.
you know, you
So
have
it's-
time here. You can.
It's a celestial. I think. Bitters is celestial. You can go celestial, fey, or fiend, but I believe Bitters is a celestial, if I remember.
See,
Now
I
the
knew
question
you,
is, do
you
celestials
knew you would
breathe?
know.
Yeah.
I tried to look it up and there wasn't anything obvious.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Bitters is a celestial. It does have the stat
Okay.
blocks of an owl, but it's a celestial. Now, I'm not sure if celestials breathe or not either, to be honest with you.
I don't think they do.
I guess it would make sense that it doesn't. If it's the spirit of an animal and not an actual animal, it would make sense that it doesn't
Yeah, like it
breathe
doesn't
or
require
eat
it.
or poop and pee,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Because it's from a different plane.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we'll do here is, depending on how you guys want to approach this, you can move in your 60 feet, I believe, or 30 feet, is it? And then we'll count that as 6 seconds. So we'll just approach it that way, depending on how far or whatever you want to explore here, and
Yeah.
that'll be time. And then, if you want to, we'll split it up. So
yeah,
if
one
anyone,
go north.
yeah, exactly. If anybody on the outside wants to hop in the cave, the cave hole is big enough. It doesn't seem that way on the map, but it is big enough to hop down in and get in here. You're just gonna have to, we're gonna have to do the breathing
Swim a little
again
bit, huh?
if you want
Yeah.
to be underneath the water. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I'm sure, I would be.
Mhm.
Randy is watching through Bitter's eyes, so she ain't going nowhere
Yeah.
unless she doesn't want. I'm actively watching, and I also don't like drowning in water, so I wouldn't go after. But I would be sharing what I'm seeing with the
Yeah.
everybody else, probably
Oh,
along
perfect.
with D1 too.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Oh,
I'm also
Bitters
gonna-
can only be 100 feet from you as well, so...
Oh, sure. That's a good reminder.
I'm going to draw a little line here on the map. Right here. I'm going to draw this line. That's the line where you have to go underneath the water
gets-
because the ceiling gets really low. Yeah.
Then we'll find out, hopefully, as those two continue on, how long you have to be underwater for.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would have Bitters go. It doesn't really matter. Because she can only go 100 yards from me. Maybe she'll go east. Rummy
Okay,
can
sure.
go
Go
north.
Yeah, that works.
Because you can follow him a little bit better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, Rummy will sort of just look at Bitters and point up and start going up.
And Bitters will just swoop around a corner.
Nice.
All right. Perfect. Okay. So as it is, go ahead and roll a perception check for me, Bitters and Rummy, as well as Aliva and Ronan on the outside. Nice, guys. Very nice. Okay. D1, you kind of come around the corner here, and you see there's a fairly large boulder in front of you, and kind of a fork in the road here, that you can kind of make out. One kind of like goes to the east here, and one kind of heads to the west. Go ahead and move another 60 feet here.
Yeah, he'll keep going up.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and move him if you want. Nice. All right. All right, Brandy. As you kind of come around the corner here, you feel the water around you as you kind of. It's weird. It's a weird thing to envision. An owl. It kind of goes into the water and begins to kind of navigate through the water aerodynamically, but I mean it's an odd thing. There's
probably using
almost
its
like
wings.
and there's almost like a void of water for like a fraction of an inch around Bitters, almost like encapsulating them so that they and it's so that they can kind of achieve this
So fancy.
this flying through water deal. Okay, let me do this. You come to the end of a long corridor here, and there's another long drop off here, down to what seems to be it's just a pit. It's just a rocky pit with nothing seemingly at the bottom, from what you can see here. Even with your 23, it looks like a dead end to you. As a matter of fact, Brandy, there's another kind of smell coming from the pit here.
Kind of smell
of decay. It's probably whatever it is. It's not good at the bottom of this pit. You're looking at probably like 70 or 80 feet down.
Oh shit ass.
Yeah.
And then is that kind of the wall of the cave in front of me?
Yes.
There's nowhere to continue further on.
That's
okay.
right. Yeah, and it's kind of deceiving from top down here, but
yeah.
The way that the water is, like the ceiling kind of
deep.
comes down here, and you have to go underneath the water, and then you kind of dip back up here where you're at, and it shallows out a bit, and there's just a pit.
Okay, and nothing of note that Bitter sees that would be of any interest to continue looking in this area.
This is probably leads nowhere. Yeah, with your 23, it's a good roll.
Bitter says, "I'm getting back out of here."
It doesn't seem to be anything in that direction. Okay, Ronan and Aliva, as we kind of go upstairs here. God, I messed up, didn't I? I messed up, y'all. Oops, where did Brandy go? Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay. Perfect. This. All right, Ronan. You stand here, and you keep smelling this horrible stench of the basilisk, and you can't help but think of the power of a creature like that. You remember a long time ago, when we talked about this last session, your encounter with the basilisk. It was a long time ago. And you always wondered. I'll give you a moment here, Ronan, to kind of do whatever you'd like. There's not really anything particular that you notice special about this place, except for the shallow water here seems to be amazingly clean from what you can tell.
I'm going to dip my hand in the water. Is it like room temperature or cold or hot? Or
it's cold. Yeah, good question.
That seems awfully normal for me, so.
Okay. All right. You look down, Ronan, you see your reflection, and you do notice your left pupil, your entire eye, where the white of your eye is turned entirely black. From the corner of your eye all the way, it's as you get closer to the water, you can see through the reflection of Brandy's lantern. Your eye is just black.
Cool.
No reflection at all coming. Like to a point, and you got a 15, so to a point where the closer you get to the light, you would imagine there'd be some kind of a reflection off the sheen of the eye, you know? There's nothing. It's like your eye absorbs the light.
That's a little odd.
Yeah. Okay. Aliva, as you stand here observing your companions, or whatever this group is to you at this particular time, there are companions leaving the confines of the area here, kind of down into the cave and underneath, as being described to you by both D1 and Brandy. You take a moment here to kind of eavesdrop a bit as to what Grumback might be saying. You just hear it. And it may be inadvertently, maybe you're not trying to, but you hear it. As Grumback confesses to not being able to continue on as to, or because of the fear of what could possibly be ahead, and that he doesn't feel like, the adventure is worth it at this point, and that he should just turn back. While this Valorachu seems to be speaking in odd tongues, weird language to you that you hear him kind of, it's a calming sound that it's making as Grumback repeatedly, continuously, holds onto his head, complaining kind of maybe about a headache or something. You look around as well. You see above you pretty clearly, Aliva, as you use the light of Brandy's lantern to kind of look around, and you see there's no threats here in this area. As a matter of fact, it's quite odd to you. Like, there's a big group of you moving through here. You're making a little bit of noise, and there doesn't seem to be anything around you at all taking advantage of this perfect opportunity. Another thing too, you notice, Aliva, is a rope. It seems to be sitting here on the ledge, just in the water. Coil rope.
Okay. Is it like actually dangling in the water, or just like the whole thing's wrapped up right there?
It's dangling in the water. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go to that rope, but first I'm probably gonna check in with Grumback.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead, Pete. Please.
Mostly because he could be a liability at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. I'd basically go over there and be like, kind of like hissing to be quiet. Be like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Do you say that to him?
Yeah.
He looks up at you. Let me do this. Nice. He says, my head is pounding and my stomach is turning. I twisted my ankle on the path a while back. I must sit and rest for a while.
You're hungover, and it's your fault. Deal with it.
I'm what?
Such a badass criminal. Grumback's a bit of a pussy.
Yeah, I would just shake my head at him and say, "Grow up," and get up and walk to the rope.
He sits down. Perfect.
I tried. I gave up immediately.
The Valorachu is trying to hand him a vial of something, and he keeps pushing his hand away.
Yeah, I'm gonna go investigate that rope then.
Okay. Yeah, you got it. Go ahead and you can walk up to the rope here. I'm gonna move your character for you. Oh, perfect. You round the corner, Aliva. Oh shit. And nice. You have a good view here. You round the corner and you see there's another chamber to your north here. And surprisingly enough, and we're going to go ahead and carry your perception over here a little. It's also quite clean, even though it's pretty high. It's probably maybe 18 foot at the peak. But it's a pretty clean chamber from what you can tell here. It's no creatures. As you investigate, as you kind of get closer to the rope here, you see that the rope, there's a bit of it that's coiled up here, and then the rest of it is down into the water, and you can see that the rope follows up like a path around the corner here.
I'm gonna tug gently on the rope.
Yeah, it seems tight.
Pull a little bit harder.
Doesn't budge.
I'm almost afraid of what might be on the other end of that rope. It's like some monster hooked to the other end. Killer catfish. I don't know. I'd make the others aware, but at this point, I'm not going to do anything big on my own. Just kind of be like motioning for like, I guess Ronan, since he's probably not paying attention, like
Okay.
Brandy is having to.
Yeah. So Ronan, I guess you're paying attention to everyone, so you would see her. Yeah, you walk over. Okay.
Yeah,
Right,
I would just kind of grunt the word rope.
I'll take the rope from her and give it a tug.
Yeah. Yeah. You can give it. Do you guys want to give it like a hefty tug, or do you just kind of seeing if it's?
I'm just trying to figure out if the other end is tied to something.
Okay, you could put a little bit of ass behind it. Is that what you're
Yeah.
telling me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, roll a strength check, Ronan. Do it with advantage if you're both doing it.
Sure, yeah, I'll help.
All right. Whoever's doing it, yeah, whenever.
Come on,
Okay.
noodle arm.
6.
Well, what's
you
my
pull-
strength? It's probably not much better. Yeah, probably not.
You tug on the rope, and just so you both know that this was more for fun than anything else, a string thing. You pull on the rope. It's pretty secure, Ronan. On wherever it's, you get the feeling that it's probably it's either caught on something or it's tied off somewhere. And I would even say give me I'm sorry, one more second. I have my cheat sheet here. Filter, blizzard. Okay, so roll a survival check for me, Ronan, as well.
That's a 9.
9. So Ronan, as well as you, Aliva, roll a survival check for me. We're gonna just get to take the average here and see what happens. You're both pretty
Alright.
pretty knowledgeable of things in the wild, I would say, and 21. This is great, actually. It occurs to you both that in a situation like this, where a rope is tied off, it's usually either a reminder of the way to go, so that you don't get lost, or it's tying off something heavy so that you can find it later. In this case here, with your great roll for your average, it seems as though it's just leading the way to another location through the water.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. Like, it's depending on your abilities, you probably pull yourself along a rope underwater faster than you could swim it.
Yeah, I'd once again step back, cross my arms, and say, I'm not volunteering to swim. Nels goes,
Yeah, fuck it. I'll go check it out.
good
Okay.
man. Clap him on the shoulder.
Yeah. Okay, this is perfect. All right, Ronan. You hop down into the water. Yeah.
Yep. Well,
All right.
I gently get in.
This is perfect.
A lot of noise and splashes.
No, this is great. Ronan, you get down to about here, and you notice, and I'm going to draw another blue line. Whoop. Right there is where the ceiling itself gets down really, really low to the surface of the water. You're going to have to go underneath the water.
All right.
You going to do it?
I'm gonna look back at Aliva, let her know the game plan. I'm gonna go to the end of the rope and back.
Don't drown.
No promises. Bloop.
Perfect. All right, Ronan. You've got your yep, and you have. I think you have like equivalent of something like 100 feet or 200 feet. I did the math before. You can keep going forward here. I'm I'm counting your spaces. Yeah. All right, Ronan. As soon as you get here, the water opens back up, and your head surfaces out of the water. Take a big deep breath.
All right. I'll look around. Do I see anything interesting from where I'm at?
Roll a perception check for me. A 9. As soon as you kind of cross over here and you pop your head up, you see just to your left, and I'll ping the map for you. Right here, there's another. There's like looks like an underwater network here. It goes deeper. Up here, there's a ledge, Ronan, with where the rope, the rope that's tied off from the other side seems to be tied off right here.
Okay.
And you also see this.
All right. Yeah, I'll scramble up the ledge and check out. Looks like a body.
Yeah. Sure. All right. And as he does this, Oliva, is there anything that you'd like to do as he kind of leaves your view and you don't hear anything?
Sorry, I'm just watching the rope carefully, just in case. Not that they probably would, since it's probably well attached or loaded down, but in case I see it like jerking or flailing, like he's desperately trying to come back or something, I would just be paying attention. While also, I guess, standing with like with the cavern to the left of me in case I see something move in my periphery.
Oh, perfect. All right. Let me do this because this is actually great. This is great. Okay. So you watch the rope. You're keeping an eye around on the area around you here, Oliva. We're gonna come back to you guys in just a moment here. I'm gonna go back underneath the water. All right. Okay. Rummy. You're kind of in and you're in a pretty deep chamber here. It's pretty full of water. It's about 15 feet wide as you kind of come around the corner here, and you can see this is a network of caves. It's hard to really know where they go. They definitely lead somewhere. You have the great fortune of not having to worry about water, breathing underneath the water. So as you continue on here, we'll go ahead and let you. Is there anything in particular you like to do? You're just kind of continuing on, just kind of seeing where you can find.
He's just watching for any creatures that might be around.
Yeah. Sure.
And he's going to come down to about there.
Yeah. You see there's a T here. There's a kind of a left and a right. Rummy, roll a history check.
Okay.
A 13. Let's do this. Ooh, okay. Rummy, you're pretty... It's hard to be exact, but you're almost certain by this degrade right here in the terrain, in the cave, and this rock right here. You have been here before.
Okay.
You've been here in this corridor before. You're pretty sure that south leads you to where you found loot and stuff, where you located that corpse.
Okay.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Then...
I'm going to go ahead and note this, but I'm going to move you down here just for a moment so you can see. And as you round the corner here, Rummy, you see that the bubbles, as you look up, you see that just above you is...
Oh, I see. Okay.
whoops, crap. Is this?
Okay, so I end up and I see Ronan there.
You do. You splat. You kind of. Do you come up quick or do you come up quiet or?
He'd come up pretty quiet.
Okay. You just come up to the surface of the water, and I would say pretty quickly you see Ronan up there, kind of looking around the corner.
All right. He's gonna make a big splashing sound.
Ronan, you hear it. And you hear a very large you hear a lot of splashing behind you.
I immediately turn in that direction.
Yeah.
Robbie's just gonna wave and then go back down.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay.
Nice.
Hi, Rummy. Bye, Rummy.
Perfect. All right, we're gonna go back to the other map. All right. Yeah. Rummy, you're back underneath.
Okay, he's gonna continue up the northern passage here.
Yeah, go ahead. And as he's doing this, Bitters, what would you like to do? As you have pretty much free reign as well. Oh no. Bitters is enjoying the water and the
Oh yes.
He's splish splashing birdie.
He is.
Oh my gosh, Bitters.
He's loving
Well,
it.
dude,
Are you So you have a couple directions you can go here, Bitters. You can go north, you can go east. You've already been east.
Yeah, I mean, we would go north. I just can't. Bitters can only go so far without me.
Oh, I keep forgetting.
Yeah, it's 100.
It's 100. Okay. 10.
Is
yeah,
that,
you could probably
is
go.
that boulder north of Better's like blocking the passage? Or
That's what I wanted to investigate
It's
if
just
I could.
very. So you can get there. You can definitely get there if you want to take Bitters up there.
Yeah. Let's go
Yeah.
see.
Okay. You can probably go about 20 more feet up beyond that point, and that's probably it.
So can I go past the boulder?
Yeah, you can. And actually, as you get behind it, you can see there is a spot just here that you can squeeze beside that you're pretty sure that all of your party members can squeeze through if you need to.
But you're still in the water currently.
You are in the water, yeah.
You have
you're
no
submerged.
breathing, or holding your breath the whole way. Okay.
Yeah, you're submerged at the moment.
So that's a good bit of feet.
It is. 5, 10, 40. That's 50 feet to here from the blue line.
I would
If
be
you
dead
run
personally,
around.
but I had to swim that long underwater without breathing.
But you can continue on if you'd like. You can go the north passage, or you can go the west passage, or whatever you'd like. I'll leave it to you.
And Rummy went which way?
He went. You would have
West?
seen him go northeast.
Okay. Yeah. So then I would probably go west. See
Okay,
where we go.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so you can continue on here, and as you do, you see the little bits of rock and bits that have crumbled off from the ceiling here, as well as just little bits of just debris and matter in the water here. But it's mostly really clear. There's no mud being picked up from your disturbance in the water or anything. Everything is very easy to see as you kind of around the corner here, and it seems safe to you. Nothing seems threatening in any kind of way as you swim along here with this kind of air bubble around you. You get closer to the kind of the corner here, and you see this area here seems a little bit more close than the rest of it. But for the most part, you're okay. And you round the corner, Brandy, and you see there are some bubbles that
I do see the
bubbling
bubbles.
up. Yeah.
We're still this whole way. I'm still underneath the water. Okay.
Until you get to about here, and that's where it opens back up. Unfortunately, it goes back underneath the water here.
Okay.
But you can
You could breathe there, I guess.
You can, yeah. It's a little pocket. So if you'd like to investigate the bubbles, we can absolutely do that.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
I mean, if Bitters can continue on that distance.
Yeah.
Because Brandy could always go into the point where the water got deep, essentially.
And Brandy.
We should have.
You make your way up. Do you see where you're at on the map?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You're up here. As you surface, I think that's right. Let me just double check. If you should see my notes, you would laugh. All right, there, yeah. Yep, that's right.
Oh, we're up north.
Yep. That's where you pop up.
Okay, so it's all kind of interconnected.
Okay. Do you want to go pop back down in, or do you want to pop up behind your friends and scare the hell out of them, or?
Right? Yeah, I mean, I think I would go back down south with everyone else because I don't think that's a really feasible way of us traveling.
Okay. Do you just kind of want to travel through the cave here and back to your friends?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yep. You can totally do that. Nice. So we'll go ahead and I'll move your character for you. I'll move him down through the cave. As you kind of fly around the corner here, you hear Gromback mumbling some things as he sees you around the corner. Oh, nice. And recognizes, at first doesn't recognize, but then it takes a second and recognizes you, and you fly safely beside everyone.
Yeah.
And back to Brandy. Rummy.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. All right, Rummy. You are in a kind of a pretty narrow section of this underwater cave here. I'll give you the floor.
Okay. He was gonna start heading up north.
Okay.
Up this way.
Yep. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you see another interesting thing in front of you here, pretty close. Do you have the right sight? Hold on a second.
Yeah, I think so.
60 feet. Yeah, okay. It seems to be more bubbles here, Rummy.
Okay, he's gonna look up.
Do you want to
see if
investigate?
Yeah, see if it's another exit out to the top layer.
Okay. Yeah, you got it. Let me do this. Rummy, do you see yourself?
I do.
All right. You remember, and I won't make you roll a history check. It was literally just like a couple. You remember this cave being, well, maybe you don't remember. Do you remember this cave?
I don't know.
I'm not. No.
I'll just go ahead and shut my mouth.
Yeah, he's gonna keep looking around and see if this is connected to where everybody else is.
You going back down underneath the surface?
No, he'll stay up for a bit.
Okay. Yeah. What would you like to do?
He's gonna start heading down, I think, to the back,
Okay. Well,
back
so
west again.
yeah. So before you do, I am sorry for this. Let me pull you back up here. You're gonna go around this area here?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you gonna do this?
What's
Are you
like here?
It's rocky. There's some rocks and stuff on the ground, but for the most part, you could walk, except for this part here where there's a whole bunch of stuff. You could either climb over it or you could kind of hover over it. I'm trying to.
Yeah. How low is the ceiling? Like how much space between the rocks and the ceiling?
So, where you are right here, you're looking at maybe 35, 40 feet ceiling.
Okay, so maybe he'll just try to fly through the opening, I think.
How high are you going?
Just right tight to the rocks as he flies through.
Like high?
Well, low to the rocks as he flies. Yeah.
Low to the ground?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just do this. This. All right. Rummy, as you move forward here, you continue forward, you hear just out, just kind of off your left side here, the rocks kind of, a couple of them crumble and give way from the ceiling. Go ahead and continue your another 30 feet.
All right, that'll put him to about there.
Perfect. Just as you round the corner, Rummy, you see tentacles kind of spread out in the room. They don't seem to be any threat to you anymore.
The tentacles aren't a threat?
Well, you're really far away now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
He was about to get got.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So there's
That's what I
some
rolled for.
Tentacles around this area here somewhere.
Here, I'll move him a little closer so you can see him.
Oh, I see. Oh, up in the corner. Gotcha. Okay. He's gonna take note of where that creature was.
Yeah, he doesn't see you. You're dipped about behind a rock here, but you see his tentacles, like they're reaching out, kind of feeling, sensing in the area here, general area, for maybe looking for you, possibly.
Okay.
Yep. All right. You can go ahead and continue if you'd like.
Yeah, he'll continue down this corner here.
All right. Yeah, you got it, Rummy. And you continue around the corner, and you make your way back north here. Everything seems very familiar to you, Rummy. This area here, you remember, this is kind of where you entered the cave.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you have been here before. You've been here before. Yeah.
Okay, well, he's going to come back this way, and he's going to sort of eyeball this creature here.
Sure. How close are you getting?
Not too close. He's sort of going to hide behind, like, this pile of rocks here.
So you're within 30 feet of him right now?
Is that his reach that I figured? I figured it's about 30 feet.
Well, 30 feet sight. Are you sure this is how close you want to be? I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Are you attempting any kind of stealth?
Yeah, he's definitely trying to be stealthy for sure.
Okay, roll a stealth check for me.
Yeah, and he's just trying to get eyes on it and see which way it's looking and see how dangerous it looks.
Sure.
Oh, I don't know.
13.
Yeah.
You reach around the corner here. You look in the direction of the creature, and just as you peek around the corner, the creature's eye looks right in the direction of that you're standing, and it sees you.
Ooh, okay. He's gonna book it this way as fast as he can.
Are you gonna move immediately?
Yeah. He's
All
gonna
right.
immediately start booking it back.
You
east.
got it. 5, 10,
Or back west.
30. Okay, is that 30 feet? How many feet does Rummy have?
60.
30 feet, right? Oh, yeah, 60 feet.
Oh no, 30. Let me look. I got it on my thing here.
Oh, you know what? I can't do that because that's difficult terrain. So, I'm there.
Speed, yeah, 30 feet.
Nice. Okay, perfect. So you just went. I just went. Go ahead and go again. Your movement. Okay. I'm gonna go 20, 30, because difficult terrain again. Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, I think 30. Put them to here.
Okay. Right, Perfect. Let me go. 5. All right, Rummy.
We'll move again. I guess to there.
Okay. All right, Rummy. You see before you the opening to there's like another cavern back there. There's water moving pretty quickly, and beyond that is a really familiar sight. It's a hole that you remember crawling out of as D1 and being full of bugs.
And that's up here.
No, that's this way.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, so this takes me back outside to the cliff
Yeah.
with the bugs.
Yeah, you remember this is where you came into this cave network.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
So you have a moment here to move if you'd like.
Yeah. Fuck, this thing's moving faster than me, and if I backtrack, I'm definitely getting caught. Actually, Rummy actually is gonna go back to the bug cave.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So is that your movement?
Yeah. I think. Wait,
5, 10, and then I'm gonna do this just to see. Oh, an 18. So he sees you. 30, and then I'm gonna dash. Oh, you're so close.
Nice.
You
Am I
see him
right at the
gaining
cliff
on you.
now?
You are right at the water's edge. So I didn't make a visual of this for you,
Yeah.
but right where you are, there's a kind of a small opening in the cave here. It's probably maybe 6 foot high by 4 foot wide. It's pretty narrow, and just beyond that, there's a heavy moving stream of water, probably about 6 foot wide, and it's probably up to about your knees, and it's moving quickly. Just to your left, if you were to hop down into that water, just to your left, there's about 30 feet out, there's a drop off that goes down, probably, it's hard to know, maybe hundreds of feet. It's hard to know exactly. But across that 6 foot gap of water is another ledge of rock, and just beyond that is where you remember the bug hallway being, where you came through. That's where you're at right now.
Yeah.
So you can try to hop across the water if you'd like, or you can jump in, or you can maybe.
Yeah, he's
Try
actually going to
whatever.
jump in the water and use the fast current to speed himself up.
Okay, you're gonna jump in the water. This is so unanticipated. I love it. All right. Give me one moment here, Rummy.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back to you in 1 second. We're gonna go back to the group here. Ronan and Aliva. Ronan, you are here, standing here with a corpse currently. And you know Aliva is back there, kind of at the rope, waiting, kind of hanging out, just patiently guarding. What would you like to do in the moment here? You see before you a campfire that's been put out for, it's hard to say. You do see a corpse here. There's a broken sword. The tip is broken off, and a shield as well that's been broken from what you can see. A big crack down the middle of it. There's also some armor here, some plate armor, but it looks quite old and it doesn't look very good. That's all you see here, along with a coil of rope.
Alas, schmuckatelli. Is there anything else noteworthy in the little area that I'm in?
Are you just kind of generally looking around the area here, or are you looking for any particular area closely, or?
I'd say just like a general scan.
Okay, just roll a perception check for me. Or if you want, a general investigation check. See if there's anything out of the ordinary, aside from the corpse. Let you choose. Oh, natural 20.
Yeah, 20 on perception.
Hell yes. All right. Okay. Ronan, you close your eyes for just a moment. Just a moment. And you open your eye, your black eye, completely. You open it up and you keep your other eye
Better than
closed as you
brown
look
eye.
around. Yes, I knew there was going to be a joke there. That's awesome, dude. You look around the room here. You scan. You see traces of little beams of blue light, Ronan. It's just around the heels and the kind of right here against the wall. There's like little footsteps, if you will. They're very oddly shaped. It's like three little spread lines, maybe. And they kind of like a bird or something, and they come off here into this direction, and they lead off back down into the water. And you only see them because there's some residual energy left over from magic here. And so whatever did this was some kind of magical thing, Ronan. It was here. Some kind of magical thing was here. You're also being led to believe that there's more to the story here that you're not seeing. Maybe something was taken from this location or something, but you're not seeing the bigger picture.
I'm gonna flip the shield over.
Yeah, you flip the shield over, Ronan. The shield is reflective on the other side.
Oh, well, fancy that.
It has a big crack down the middle of it, but it's reflective.
All right. I guess I will nab that, pick that up, and head back to Aliva.
Okay, you pick up the shield?
Yeah.
Yeah, you pick up the shield. You're just gonna kind of, it has a loop in it and kind of a leather strap. The leather strap is surprisingly in good shape considering how old it seems to be. You fling it over your shoulder; it seems still pretty strong. Are you just gonna hop down in the water and make your way back?
As I'm leaving, can I discern which way the magical trail goes?
Sure. And I'll say even further than that, we'll piggyback on top of your awesome perception check, and roll an Arcana check. Is that right? Yeah, I'll let you decide. Investigate. We'll do. I think it's actually survival, but I'm not going to make you roll. You got a natural 20. Good. Yeah, you see that it leads around the corner here, Ronan. Precisely the direction that you came.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to do in the moment here?
Nope, I was just gonna head back to
Okay.
Aliva and...
Yeah, your head pops up out of the water here, Ronan, as you surface, and you make your way. Aliva, you see Ronan, as you feel the rope kind of tug for a moment, Aliva, you then quickly see him pop up out of the water.
I'd hold out a hand to help him out of the water.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
I'll take her hand and climb up on out of the water. And... So I found a shitty, shiny shield.
But it's shitty?
I mean, it's old and damaged, and I'll show her the back of it. It's reflective
Nice.
on one end. It's a little bit better than what we had, I suppose.
I suppose. I look a little bit disappointed. That's all that was down there.
Yeah, Rummy was down there.
Okay. I'm already eyeballing the cabin to the left now.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm figuring if no one's finding anything super useful, like immediately useful down there, I'm already thinking about moving on.
Yeah, you got it, Oliva. So are you heading north?
Not until at least one other person's walking with me.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Never go alone.
No, for sure. It's true.
Especially with Grumback back there talking about, I can't go on. He's gonna do something stupid and bring hell down on us.
D1.
I would, by the way, mention that too, Ronan.
Oh,
that
yeah,
Grumback's talking back there about not being able to continue, and just kind
I've
of
already made
muttered
up
to
my
him
mind.
that I don't trust the guy.
Yeah, I've got no qualms about killing him.
That isn't what I said. I just kind of give Ronan a long look.
I mean, I got a bad feeling that it's gonna be him fucking something us, and we're paying the price for it. So
We'll let him make his mistake before we act. Well,
fine.
I will. I can't control what you do.
I'll play nice.
If Brandy was correct, and he truly is rotten at his core, he'll do something to show us.
Of that, I have no doubt.
And if he does, then we can use him as bait. And we'll be done with this whole matter.
See, that's thinking with your noodle.
But only if he deserves it. Are you ready to move on? Because I am.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Been into the cavern.
Perfect. All right, are you two going together or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, before you guys do, I'm going to go back to Brandy and D1 here real quick. D1, I know that Rummy is in the middle of stuff here, but is there anything that D1 wants to do in the moment?
He's trying to keep track of where Rummy is, and he's considering heading back to the opening of that bug cave. Do you want to remember how to get there from here?
Roll a history check.
See, I should remember, but...
Yeah, but it's all right.
Yeah, player Ronan has a map in his head. Character Ronan does not.
Oh,
there you go.
Yes. Bro, you not only remember how to get back to the bug cave, you remember how to get back to the chasm, the hole, everywhere. You're good.
Nice. I'm gonna look at Brandy and just say, yeah, Rummy's getting chased by one of those fucking tentacle fucking monster fucking thingamabobs.
Oh no.
I know. He's gonna try to escape, but I may have to go up there and kill the thing for him.
He says to the blind and deaf elf.
Oh yeah, well I mean,
no, my bad.
yeah. Well, she is deaf too, isn't she?
Well, I think I'm back now, though.
Oh no, because
Yeah, you are, because Bitters is here.
Bitters is right beside her now.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, Bitters is already
Yeah,
here.
Bitters circled around and was like, okay, I'm done. Thanks
was
for
a
that
funny
little
visual.
trip.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So she'd be able to hear me either way, because Bitters can hear me. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm gonna give him a second, see if he can lose this thing. If not, I'm gonna have to truck it up there and kill this fucking thing.
You know, this sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, he's
I feel like we did this not too long
I
ago.
think it's because he looks like a little fish, and that's probably their food source. So
It's too tasty.
yeah.
I love it. Okay, so what's the plan here? Are we gonna split up the group?
Well, I'm gonna hang tight and just watch through Rummy's eyes and see how he fares.
Yeah, for sure. Brandy, are you hanging back too?
I think I'd hang around with D1 just for a little bit longer to see if he needs backup.
Perfect. Okay. And the Valorachu and Grumback are kind of all hanging out here in this area at the moment. So, what we'll do is we'll go back to Rummy for in just a moment here. I want to start Ronan and Aliva though on their little journey here, depending on what happens here. You're going in the North Cave here, Ronan and Aliva.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna put you together here. I'll go ahead and, if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and just move you both into the cave. There's a little ledge that you notice that kind of goes around the edge of the room here, and there's an elevation of maybe 4 or 5 feet that you step up onto before you find yourself on a platform here of very large boulders that kind of seemingly fell from the ceiling and have flattened out over time as you make your way kind of to a solid and stable section here, and you look forward. You can see that the way ahead is pretty clear.
I'm looking up a lot in case there's any creepy crawlies up there.
Sure, yeah, good call.
I'm gonna peer into that crevice. Can I see the bottom of it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This one here?
Yeah.
Yep. So you look down over the edge, and you can see there's probably about 6 feet of dark space. But you being who you are, you see that just beyond that, there's solid ground. So it's just a very large shadow down here.
Okay.
Let me do. All right, perfect. So, would you like to continue forward here?
Yeah, I'm just keeping pace with Aliva.
Okay. Yeah. Are we going to the
Yeah,
end
and
of the hallway?
I'm going relatively slowly because I don't want to get too far away from the other group and also not miss something in accident. But
No, sure.
I would be meandering. I'm tired of taking breaks.
No, I understand. Roll a perception check for me, please, both of you. (14) and 11. All right, perfect. As you continue to move forward here, leaving the 4 in the front and run in the back, you kind of come around the corner here, and you see you're close to the wall at the moment, and you both see pretty well in the dark as you look around, look above, look below, and there is absolutely nothing here that seems to be threatening, except for one little bit of rock that both of you notice pretty quickly that is right underneath this tile right here that you're not very sure about.
Not sure about how.
You look up and the rock seems like it's barely held there by like another very small rock below it. Here, I'll
Okay.
how about I just do this?
Okay, so in other words, it's close to being able to crush us if we were to walk up underneath it, kind of thing.
There's a good chance.
Okay.
Yep. And that's what you see.
I'd probably walk up to it, but I wouldn't go anywhere where it could actually fall on me.
Yeah.
And then I probably wouldn't go any further at that point since we're already pretty far ahead.
Sure. Yep. There's where you are.
Yeah. And so are we seeing a whole bunch of nothing otherwise?
Yeah. There's nothing. It's surprising to you that you're in the perfect spot to be ambushed, seemingly. Like this would be the perfect spot for some creatures to ambush you from the front and the back. But there doesn't seem to be anything here at all. Except for smell. There's a very powerful odor coming from this set of caves as you kind of round the corner here. And I'm just gonna put you up a little bit more if you guys don't mind.
And I'd make the comment to Ronan, like, you know, when a forest goes quiet?
Yeah. Yeah, like that calm before the storm moment.
Yeah. If the predators go away, it's because a bigger predator is near.
True.
roll a perception check too, once more for me, and then I will get to Romy in just a moment. 10. Okay. As well as Aliva, please.
I
She
did.
got a 14.
Oh, you did. Oh, my bad.
Six.
Thank you.
16, yeah.
Yeah, 16. Okay, nice. All right. So you kind of come around the corner here, Ronan. You notice the rock fall here in front of you. You notice it, and it's odd because there are pieces of like structure here, like broken structure here. Like there are 90-degree angles here and carved pieces, and you're pretty sure that there's like a part of a nose. It's odd to you, and then you look up, and Aliva, you notice this pretty quickly. This was filled in from above. As you look up and you see, there's a hole, and there was probably like a structure here above you or something, maybe a tower or a garrison or something. But it was a permanent structure, and whoever built this structure above neglected to realize that it was built on a giant network of caves. Pretty shallow actually. As whatever was above maybe either collapsed down into the hole or looks more like it was filled in, considering there's like a giant pile here that's accumulated, and then very large rocks up above that kind of plug the hole in the area.
No
here.
sunlight or breeze or anything, though?
There doesn't seem to be any from this particular area, no.
Okay. And does that smell stronger now, too?
It is stronger as you are in a narrow little corridor here, and you can feel that there is a breeze, and it's a substantial breeze. I mean, it's not going to knock you off your feet or anything, but it's enough to kind of make your hair blow a little, and it's a noticeable breeze.
And would I recognize the smell?
Roll a history check. I mean, Ronan told you. You're all.
That's right. I forgot he
aware.
told us. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. You're all aware that that's what a basilisk smells like, or rather, basilisk poop. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. So I'd be wary about getting any further down if it's getting smaller or stronger.
Yeah.
Kind of look to Ronan like, what do you
close.
think?
I think we head back and gather up the rest of the team, and I don't want to push forward.
No. I'm beginning to regret this entire venture. Alright. I'll turn around.
All right. Yeah, you turn around.
Yep, I'd go back.
Yeah, just head back to the party.
Perfect. Just gonna go ahead and take you guys back here. All right. Sorry. Perfect. Okay, guys. Back to Rummy, which is having a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and. All right, Rummy. All right, Rummy. One second.
Yeah, he said he'd be right back.
Oh, okay. This is perfect, actually, because I'm looking for the music. And where is it?
I will be right back as well.
Okay. You guys want to take a quick break and stretch your legs out and get a drink and stuff?
Yes.
Let's do that quick.
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right.
Oh, I'm back.
Welcome back. We're just going to take a quick break here.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, cool.
This is going to be fun. I swear I didn't intend on this happening.
Yeah.
But you popped right up out of the freaking... You guys avoided that cave, remember, in the very beginning when you came in here?
I kind of remember. It's been a while, so the cave's
It has.
the same after a while. But yeah. Yeah, we'll see if Rummy can swim away. He should be a faster swimmer.
I hope he can. He should be good. I know, right?
Yeah.
We should have made that a thing. He is a shark.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably a decent little swimmer.
I'm back.
Come back.
Welcome.
Ooh, the ominous orchestral.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited.
A little off topic, but since we're on break, no harm, right? Did you guys see? There's a new Predator movie.
Oh, is there? No, I haven't seen that.
Alien versus Predator?
Same
that what-
franchise, but this one's called Predator Badlands.
Oh, cool. No, I didn't see that.
No, I watched the
Yeah.
one where it's like the way in the past where there was the Native Indians and all that. That wasn't actually bad considering that.
Yeah, that one was fucking phenomenal, man.
Yeah. For like sequels and remakes and all that usually suck, but that one was actually decent.
Yeah, and they're filming Prey 2 now.
Oh, are they? Oh, they're doing a Prey 2 too. Nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna get some good movies. It's been so long since they've made good movies. It's just been nothing but bullshit for the last while.
Yeah, and that's... I was admittedly worried when Disney picked up the Alien franchise. But
I'm back.
Yeah.
Alien Romulus
Welcome back.
wasn't bad. I kind of liked that one too.
But I like
When
Romulus,
did
yeah.
Romulus come out though?
It's already out.
Yeah, not too long ago. I think it hit Blu-ray and DVD like 2 months ago.
Oh, did it? Okay. Is that the one where they because I watched one and I can't remember. It was a while ago though, where they're on that planet and then they're trying to escape the planet because it's like a slave planet or whatever, and then they fly up to the
Yeah, that's it.
that's the
Yep.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
got it. Where they got the cyborg guy with them. That they used to unlock.
He's like
always
controlling it
the
from behind.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Her brother. Yeah.
yeah. He's like a
Andy.
like android.
Andy. I don't know why I remember his name, but yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I seen that one. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't bad. You're right.
All right. Rummy.
Yeah. So he dives in the water and starts swimming
Okay.
with the current.
All right, perfect. So Rummy, as soon as you dive in the water, roll a dexterity check for me. Now, here's the thing. Do it with advantage. But I'm saying this because Rummy is a little construct shark.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
It makes sense to me.
Yep.
Okay, dexterity check
Okay,
with
so-
advantage, please, so you can fight the current enough, because it's moving real quick here. As soon as you do, too, you hear the waterfall get louder and louder. Oh, 13.
Ruh-roh.
Rummy, you begin to swim with all of your little shark might against the current as you are
No, he's
pushed
going.
back.
He's going with the current.
Oh, you're going with the current.
Yeah,
How-
he's trying to use the current to speed himself up, so he's swimming in.
If
in,
you
uh,
if you
with the
jump in
current.
and use the current to speed yourself up, you will be flushed down that ravine in like a half a second because the water's moving so fast.
Oh, the water's running off the ravine like a waterfall.
Yeah. So here, maybe I didn't just. I should have. I
Yeah,
knew I should have
sorry,
made an
sorry.
image for this. AI's been giving me weird problems. So anyway, how it works is, as soon as you come out of the mouth of this section of cave right here where you're looking at, the cave opens up to a narrow little chamber, and in that chamber there's about a 6-foot wide gap of fast-moving water between you and the other side of the other side, which is a platform, another rock platform. And in that fast-moving 6-foot wide patch of moving water, it's moving fast. It's rapidly moving, and it's probably about 5 or 6 foot deep.
Oh, and it's running off a
And
cliff
it's-
like a waterfall.
Yeah, it's running from south to north, and it's running so fast off. It's running really fast off, and we've got about 30 to 50 feet before it falls off into what you can only assume is some kind of a ravine or something below.
Oh, okay. I thought the river just ran like downward,
Like Goonie
right
style.
through
Huh?
the caves. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there are some like that here, but this is a very, which you're seeing now is probably why the bugs can't get into this part of the cave, because there's all this water moving here. They wouldn't be able to get past.
Got it. Okay, no, he wouldn't jump in the water if it goes off a cliff. I thought the stream just kept running. He's gonna actually fly straight up back into the bug cave.
Yeah, so this little chamber here, it goes up about 8 feet at its max height.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, he'll fly straight up there, and he's gonna go back into the bug cave.
Oh, back into the bug cave.
Yeah,
you
back
got
into
it.
the bug cave. Yes.
Oh,
Because there's
right,
a narrow
all right.
opening in there that this thing won't fit through. The one that Grumback
Yep.
got stuck in, right?
It's true. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Good thinking. Good thinking. So you fly forward, D1, or Rummy, I mean, and you get really close to the water here. The water, the sound of the waterfall is just loud beside you. As you rush over, you kind of hover over the water here, and as soon as you get to the water here, this creature begins to start to cling its tentacles against the surface of the rock wall, and starts to kind of move upwards along the wall as it keeps its big red eye focused right in your direction all the time, as it moves itself upside down against the top of the 8-foot section here. And you can see, as soon as it does this, like it's almost touching the surface of the water as scaling the surface, the ceiling of the cave here, upside down, and it appears as though it's a stalactite, from what you can tell. And it's moving slowly. As it gets to the other side, it drops down off and back down onto the other platform, and it continues to follow you, Rummy, all the way up to the section.
Romy's actually going to be taunting it. Well, he's going to be like
What are you gonna
looking
say?
like a little fish food.
Looking like a little.
Yeah.
So you worm your way inside the bug infested cave here, and there's a spot here that's very narrow that you had to use a spell if you remember to get Grumback through. And you get yourself kind of all the way back into this little chamber as you see this creature, kind of the tentacles wiggling on the sides. Like there's probably 5 or 6 of them that you can see wiggling. And you see his little red eye blinking sideways blinking as it kind of just peers inside the bug cave for a moment here. Before it kind of just seems to kind of settle down a bit as its tentacles kind of come to a rest. You see it still standing there for a moment, Rummy.
Okay. Rummy's gonna sort of fly in. He just wants to sort of taunt it a little bit and test its reach. He wants to try to get it to lash out for him, but he wants to stay out of range. And he just wants to get a grasp of just how far how far its reach is for it to hit. He's gonna start off like 50 feet away from it and try to see if it can reach.
Okay. Rummy, how close do you fly?
He's 50 feet away, but he's just sort of gonna like taunt it and see if he can get one of its tentacles to lash out and see how close that tentacle gets to him.
Sure.
And ready to fly backwards if it gets too close.
Okay.
He's just trying to get a grasp on what its reach is.
Perfect. All right, give me one moment here. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Oh, nice. That is a 26 to hit.
He actually hits him from 50 feet away?
Yeah, 26 to hit.
Oh shit. Yeah, obviously a 26 hits.
Yeah, reach 50 feet.
His reach is exactly so. But if I was ready to use my reaction to like move a foot out of its way.
No, so how it works is
yeah.
So you're basically it's actually not quite 50 feet because the little hole that you're in is kind of it's hard to explain. I should
so the
map for this.
How long was that tunnel that we came through?
The bug tunnel?
Yeah.
It's like probably 100 feet.
Okay, so he could easily...
But you said you only wanted to be within a certain like 50 feet to see how far his reach was.
Yeah, I wanted.
So it's exactly 50 feet.
Oh shit. And his tentacle moved that 50 feet before I could step back a single foot.
Well, I mean that's how it works, right?
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
It's just one here. Target is grappled, restrained. Pulls a grappled creature 25 feet towards it.
God,
so Rummy gets and we're gonna do this just for the sake of the flavor of it.
Yep.
Rummy, you're caught off guard for a moment, and the tentacle barely brushes against your shark skin before you jerk back just out of reach so that it doesn't grab you.
Oh god, yeah, okay. Okay, so
I'm not gonna be a dick.
So now I'm gonna sit 55 feet away.
Yeah, you see that its tentacles have a long reach. Its tendrils. Yeah, 50 feet from what you can tell.
Okay, let me check something here.
Yeah.
50 feet, eh?
Yeah, it's really long, I know. These creatures are bastards.
Yeah. What's the range on this? 15 feet. Oh.
I mean, I don't know if you can call a creature a bastard for doing what it's doing.
for being a creature.
Yeah.
We can call Rummy an easy target, though.
Okay, so let me look at this. Okay, there you go. So actually, I'm gonna move back 100 feet.
Okay, so that's pretty much right at the entrance of the cave.
Yeah.
Around.
And he's gonna continue to taunt him so he gets right up to that tight opening of the cave that he can't get through.
Yeah, you got it.
And then while he's got him stuck there, he's gonna start blasting him with fireballs.
You have the wand, right?
Yeah.
How many charges do you have left on that?
I have 1 to fireballs. Oh, we just had a long rest. I didn't roll my d6 for a long rest.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Let me just.
Don't roll a 1.
Yeah. Let me read it first.
Yeah.
Where did I put? I know I wrote this down somewhere. I think it's 1d6 plus 1. Yeah, it is. Okay, so d6 plus 1.
Four.
3 plus 1 is 4. Okay.
Oh my god.
So that puts him. Oh, that puts him back up to 7. Yeah. So yeah, he's got 7 charges.
All right. You're gonna go ahead and hit him
it's
with a fireball.
150-foot range.
Okay.
So he's gonna stay out of its reach and try to get it like pissed off so it gets kind of stuck in that little narrow part that Grumback was in.
It's right up against it, looking at you with its big red eye. You can see it from 100 feet. Well, I mean, if you could see it. It's just looking at you.
Awesome. All right, yeah. Now he's gonna start blasting with fireballs.
Okay. Roll your first fireball.
Alright, first one is 29.
20, is that 29 to hit?
29 damage. Oh, to hit.
Oh.
No, it's a saving throw. Here, let me link.
Oh, it's a saving throw. Thank you. It's been so long.
Yeah. Here, I'll link. There you go.
Is it just one action, pointing finger range, to reverse and decrease your 20-foot radius, which make dexterity. You have 8d6. Holy crap! Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
The DC is 15.
Oh
shit.
Yeah. Or 14.
Sorry. He fails.
Or 15. Okay, so he takes 29.
I'm gonna roll for all the creatures in the bug cave just for fun.
There you go.
And they're doing it with disadvantage and they all fail.
Okay.
This is perfect. The fireball streaks out as a tiny little speck of spark from the end of the wand until it turns into a ball of fire as it just engulfs everything that it passes by. The bugs just kind of form a wave of fire in its wake as it shoots down this narrow corridor here. As soon as it passes through the larger section of cave, you see the reflection in the creature's eye of the fireball as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you hear the explosion erupt. It's a loud bang as rocks and such start to crumble from the ground around it. 29 damage. You hear like a weird shriek. Rummy.
Alright. He's gonna sort of just hold back and wait to see his reaction.
You see the creature, after the smoke clears for a moment, you see the creature kind of like ducks down low and looks through, and its eye kind of narrows a bit as if it's angry.
Alright, he's gonna fire another fireball then.
Okay. Alright. That is a 13.
For a save.
It's a fail. A 34.
34 damage.
So same as before. A little streak of spark shoots through the corridor. The fire kind of illuminating the area here of all the bug carcasses that are now on piles on the floor here. As more bugs kind of fill in, and they also become singed and add to the carcass piles. As the fireball streaks through the corridor here and hits this creature once more in the face. The char and pieces of flesh that begin to fall off of the creature's face as its grin begins to narrow even more and turn from a look of anger to fear as it looks at you. But you can tell that it's starting to kind of slowly back up, but it's just damaged and it doesn't seem to be able to do that too much.
Okay. I'm gonna fire another fireball at him.
All right. Let me do this. And I'm going to do it with disadvantage because he's... Oh, yeah, definitely a fail. What is this, 25?
Another 25.
25 as the fireball shoots through the corridor. Once again, the creature this time is aware of its presence and looks right at it. You can see the look in the creature's eye that was once of ferocity and just tension now turns to absolute fear as it's watching its life begin to slowly end. As the fireball gets closer and closer, you can see the reflection in it. And as soon as it hits it, there's a loud explosion. And there's no more creature to see.
Nice. All right, how about that was 3? It's 3 fireballs. All right. So Rummy's just gonna like dust his hands.
Okay. Just dust his hands. Nice. You know, like you can see in front of you here, Rummy, the bug piles here as the bugs start to fill back in. A little bit slower though this time, a little bit more cautiously.
Yeah.
As you kind of make your way through a clean corridor here to the water's edge again.
Okay, so now he's just gonna fly back to down to where he was.
And you pass through the waterfall and through the corridor.
Yeah, and he's gonna try to make his way back to D1.
Sure. Easy enough, and we'll go ahead and we'll say roll a history check for fun, and if you want to do it quietly, roll a stealth check.
Okay. Ooh, history's not good. Stealth is good though.
That's okay. You slowly make your way through the corridor here, D1, Rummy. You remember the northern passage being the safe passage. And so you take the northern passage. Oh, what the hell happened there?
Rummy just got.
Nice. You take the northern passage. You make your way around. And we'll just say with time, Rummy, I'll just pull you around. God damn it, I did it again. Hold on. I want to do it this way so I don't reveal the whole map to you.
Yeah, I gotcha. Nice.
Get around, and you find yourself, if there is such a thing, within a reasonable time, but just a little bit longer than what you would expect is all with your, your memory was a little, because it's a little familiar in here, but it all looks the same. So.
Gotcha. All right, I'm gonna look at like Brandy and say, yeah, sorry for the wait there. He made it though.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Saves us a fight.
Saved us from having to find our way up there.
That's true too.
Yeah. All right. D1's gonna turn to Ronan and Aliva, who are coming back down the passage. They're probably back by now after we just waited for Rummy.
Okay. Yep. That. You're probably right. That's about exactly probably the time that they would be coming back. Yep.
Did you guys find anything interesting? Is there a better way to go? When you go down, it just goes on and on down there. We didn't investigate the whole thing, but it goes for a ways.
I just looked at Ronan like, huh.
Yeah, pretty sure the basilisks are just up ahead, but managed to find this. I'll show them the shield. I'll flip it around. It's reflective on this side at least, so that's something, I guess.
No, that one guy had the mirror. We still have that little chunk of mirror too, which lights everything up.
D1. You remember, without any history checking required, as soon as Ronan flashes that shield, you remember that's exactly the corpse that Rummy looted. That corpse.
Oh, so that was the same corpse that had all these vials and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep, same exact corpse.
Oh.
All right.
That's the one that had the journal on it with all the info.
So what do you guys think? You think there's another way? I mean, going down just seems to go on forever. Everything else
This
goes into
is
a
the
circle.
problem, huh?
Yeah. The question is should we try asking the Laura Jew if they have any idea? I mean, they've just been sitting up there fucking with their thumbs up their ass.
Can't hurt to ask them. I don't think they know shit for shit, but
Yeah.
Either that or we're just continuing on this path. I'm hoping that it has a branch that we can take instead, but I doubt it at this point.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think logically where this swamp horror is going to be hiding out. No,
So-
there were.
Sorry.
When
Go ahead.
when Rummy went up that first time, there was a couple of people around where the basilisks are. Were they elves or? I should know this because it was literally 10 minutes ago to D1, but it was like 3 weeks ago to fucking me.
Which what are you talking about? I'm sorry.
Near the basilisks, weren't there fucking people around them? Like a couple people in there too, or
Yeah,
were they all
so-
stone?
They were all petrified.
Oh,
yeah.
so there wasn't anybody that wasn't stone. Okay, got it.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
And you kind of remember the journal entry about trophies, the trophies in the chambers of the basilisks, and that he didn't want to be added to one of them, and that you remember he was the adventurer who wrote the journal, who the owner of the journal was bitten by one, not necessarily turned to stone, and so he kind of died in that little chamber by himself. And you remember there's some clues and bits in there of information.
Yeah, well, D1's gonna say, what if we gave Rummy an end of the rope and see if he could tie a rope around one of the statues, and then all of us try to pull the statue back to a safe place out of range of the chains, and then use the shrouds on one of the statues and see if we can bring one of them back to see what the fuck they know.
Do you figure that we could drag that back without breaking anything off of it?
I think so. We got Grummy up there. If he's good for anything, it's pulling a rope.
I don't know what all that fucker's good for.
I mean, he should be. He's big and strong. I don't know what else he's good for, but I'm sure if we give him a rope and tell him to pull, he'll fucking figure it out.
Yeah,
But-
seems like a...
And if we tie it around a good midpoint of gravity there, we might not even topple it over. We might be able to just slide it on its feet. And how tough is
I
stone?
find that-
When a basilisk turns you to stone, are you brittle or are you hard rock?
That is a good question.
Yeah.
But I feel very doubtful that we would be able to manage to drag a former person back without fucking them up. And if they lose an arm as a statue, they don't have the arm when we unstatue them, so...
That's true. We could unstatue an armless fucking person, but...
Yeah, and who's gonna be really happy about that?
Well, I mean, being one-armed is better than being stoned forever.
I do have
Oliva.
maybe a not moral. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, you please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt
I
you.
have perhaps a not moral idea. I mean, is it possible for you to cast that shroud from afar and multiple times?
I
No,
think we have to apply it during a rest.
Yeah, and
I'm just wondering if you could suddenly, if this room is full of statues they've already turned, would they all being revived not provide a very excellent distraction? Kind of chaos.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
I'm trying to think of what else we have that we could turn them back from stone to.
Oliva, roll a history check for me, please. You are the scholarly one in the bunch here.
but not today.
Not this time.
Didn't pay attention that day.
I was absent.
Skip class,
When would
yeah.
you ever? It's true. When would you ever? You stepped out for a smoke break.
Yeah, my tummy hurt. I didn't really.
yeah.
I had
when
pizza
would
for
you
lunch
really
and I
ever
regretted it.
need to know about basilisks, right? Or serpents?
Yeah.
Or any of that?
No.
Like, who cares, right? But what you do know, because there is a couple of morsels that I should probably tell you. You do remember hearing a couple of things that were interesting to you. Number one, juvenile basilisks are the only ones who can eat petrified person.
Oh, good.
Now here's a little side note, out of D&D character. Basilisks in our game are kind of a combination of different lores from different versions of D&D, because I like them better, so I just use them.
I can dig that.
Okay, just to let you guys know. So juvenile basilisks, they can eat the stone, and they have an organ in their gut that can turn the stone back into organic material so they can digest it. But once they reach maturity, they lose the ability to eat stone. You also remember, and I'm giving you this because it's like the bottom stuff. You remember that basilisks have, and this is the only other thing you remember that you found interesting, Aliva. Basilisks have multiple eyelids, and when they choose to, they can open all of the eyelids, and how they use their petrification is through radiation of a creature. The radiation is so extreme that it changes the matter in them if they have a circulatory system. They don't have a circulatory system, it doesn't affect them. If the eyelids are closed one at a time, each eyelid can see into a different plane of existence at the same time as a material plane. So it can choose to look at either the astral, the ethereal, or the material plane at any given time, but only one at a time. So you might get lucky and find a basilisk who seems to be lazy, just sleeping around, but in reality, it's just stalking something in another plane. Those are the things you remember.
This sounds terrible, and I would relay all of it to everyone. And be like, I have bad news.
I have news, and it's all very bad.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could, if there is a juvenile, assuming there even is one, I don't know how I'd tell the fucking difference, but, if we survive somebody, put something venomous in them, or toxic to somehow have them get eaten, or turned to stone and eaten again, and maybe they'll actually poison it from the inside out, but that seems like a long shot.
Let me check. I might have. Does levitate work on
Yeah,
inanimate
I think it
objects?
Works. I believe so. Doesn't it?
Yeah, one creature or loose object of your choice. So what if I levitate a statue, tie a rope around it, and then pull it back to us levitated?
I'm good with that.
I can lift up to 500 pounds.
I think that's fair. 500 pounds. We'd have to figure out exactly how much the smallest statue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for what purpose exactly, too?
Well, that way we could bring one of them back and see if they know anything. See if they know where the horror is. If it's worth going down there, we could.
Sure,
I mean, they came down here for something and got turned to stone.
True.
We could bring one of them back.
If Rummy doesn't have a circulatory system, we can just have Rummy fly past them and check it out.
That's true too, and he probably doesn't.
Like wasting resources on.
I was thinking D1 doesn't, but D1 I think does. He's got like he does have circulatory.
Yeah, I've seen you bleed.
Yeah, I bleed like maple syrup.
It kind of looked like it. I didn't want to taste it.
That's literally, he literally has maple syrup in his brains.
That's amazing. Okay. So I guess the plan is well, I'll let you decide here.
I don't think Rummy has a circular. I don't know if he does. I mean, he's just a construct. Yeah, he's just a metal construct built around a gem, right?
Yeah, I don't think he has a circulatory system. I don't think Bitters does either, which is why I was wondering.
Yeah, Bitters.
Why I was asking earlier about Bitters.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. Brandy and Rummy, please feel free to go ahead and I'm not gonna restrict your flight here in this moment if you want to fly ahead a bit and scout. Can everybody see them? Here, I'm gonna give everyone temporarily, guys. I'm gonna give everyone your sight so that everyone can see what you guys see. Yeah. Oh, you guys can. All right. Perfect. You guys should all be able to see what Bitters is seeing right now.
Okay. So where was the basilisk again? Up, right? Up.
Over to the bottom left.
Yeah.
Is this right way?
Oh.
Right here?
Oh. Yeah, you got it, man.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure. Yep. Controlled by all players. Okay. Yep. You want to go ahead and follow that corridor?
Yeah.
Yeah, come over this way.
Yeah, I lost Bitters. Is Bitters already down there?
She flew back quick, or he flew back quick. Ah, my God, you guys, funny.
Okay, there they are. Got
There
it.
you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you a moment here to observe. Yeah, I'm gonna move.
Now-
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Good.
All these other characters. Are there statues here? Or are there other living creatures as well?
So
Can't
yeah,
tell necessarily.
Rummy, if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, so all 4 of these are statues. See, this one here, I think if we levitated this and tied a rope around it, we could drag it back to here, so out of reach of the chains of these creatures. And then somehow see if we can turn this one back from stone.
I don't. It's my understanding. Like I know I don't have that skill.
Well, I think we got those shrouds, which if we
We got
wrap
some
them in the
band-aids
shroud,
that'll
yeah,
turn them from stone to flesh over the course of 8 hours.
yeah. And I wonder
Can you
what they
tell
know.
if the statues are whole or are they broken?
Yeah, Remy's gonna check and see if there's any damage to the. He's especially gonna check this
Yeah.
out. This one right
Where'd
here.
Bitters go?
Oh yeah, Bitters is still there.
Bitters is
Oh, there he is. I was like,
Yeah.
where did Bitters go? I thought he got this. Yeah, Rummy, roll an investigation check for me. Are you guys being stealthy?
I would think
Yeah,
Bitters
for
is
sure.
kind of just hovering quietly. Definitely doesn't
Sure.
want to attract notice.
All right, well, roll a stealth check for me too.
Investigation.
Yep. Nice. It's a 24. It's a 23.
23. and
Brandy
mine's
is always a
17.
ninja with all these.
Yeah.
I've got one skill. It's hiding.
You're
A
good. at
master rider.
That's it.
Oh, you did roll stealth. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, 15.
Cool. 15. Yeah, that's plenty good enough. So as you approach the seemingly what seems to be an elf, you could tell pretty quickly that she was mid-cast. Her eyes are closed, as she was petrified, which is odd to you considering you need sight and direct contact. It seems as though the only explanation is this creature accepted her fate in the moment of petrification, and you're seeing her kind of the state of her in that moment. She has long flowing robes. There's some beads and some vials hung at her side, kind of in knots. You count 6 bottles in total. One of them seems about half full. You can't tell any color here. There's no color here to anything. You also notice a couple of scratches around her neck and down some of her arm a little bit there. Aside from that, she looks pretty much perfect. Some kind of elf. It's hard to know how old. There doesn't seem to be any blemishes, broken rocks, pieces from her. She seems like she was a perfectly carved statue of a priest or something, a cleric.
All right. So D1's gonna relay all that information to Ronan and Oliva and Brandy.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Also, along with your investigation check, I would say you look around the bottom too, around the base of her feet, and you notice Rummy. It's because your investigation check was really high. You notice there's some areas around her feet where if you bumped them the wrong way when you were moving her, you might break off her foot or some other piece. There's some pieces there that look pretty fragile, like her toes. She's wearing kind of like these slip-on shoes, kind of with the toes exposed. It's kind of hard to explain.
Okay.
Um,
But if I levitate her, then
Yeah.
she should, just like how we moved the
yeah.
displacer beast around, like
Sure.
a balloon.
Yep. Is that your plan?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring Grum back and some rope, and then I'm gonna tie a rope around this elf. I'm gonna try to levitate her and pull her back.
All right, so this is a lot. So you're gonna have to go back first, right? With Rummy and Bitters,
Yeah.
right? You're gonna go back to the group, and then you're gonna relay the plan to everybody, right? So everybody's
Yeah.
gonna get together in a group, and decide on this. Is this the plan? Is this the thing that everybody, before we end it for the night, is this what everybody wants to do?
How many of those shrouds do we have?
That's a good question.
Should be in story character info, I believe. I think we put it in there a while ago.
I see the card for it. It doesn't say how many we have.
Yeah.
I believe it's 1.
So it'd be the only one we have.
But it is a viable option. It is 100% something you can do if that's what you
Yeah.
choose. Now there are other petrified bodies in here. You do remember Rummy, and I'll give you this one. You do remember there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were 6 total that you could see. Now there were a couple of crumbled pieces around the room, like that. There were probably people at one point, but it crumbled. So there are 6 total, including the one that you're looking at.
Yeah.
So you can
Okay,
move in a
well, we
little
got-
further, and I won't penalize you if you want to move into like here.
Yeah,
Just
well,
for a
he
moment.
knows we got a choice of 6. So I'm just trying to think
Okay.
if it really matters which one we do. I mean, they're all gonna probably have
Yeah.
the same answers. Okay, well, I mean, we can sit on this one and come to
Okay.
a conclusion next week.
Yeah, sounds good to me. All right. So if that's what everybody feels like, we will say that Rummy and Bitters make their way back to the back to the group like this, and then you guys can all like decide. Think about it through the
Yeah.
week, and then this Thursday. Now we won't have Aliva, I don't believe. So we might have to wait.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Because if we're doing, actually, let's if you guys want, we'll go ahead and end the session there. We'll
Yeah.
come back
Sure,
next
sure.
time.
Sounds good.
And-
All right. And